order the Westlake City Schools Board of Education organizational meeting for Monday, January 10th, 2022. Roll call, Mr. Hopkins.
Lizinski.
Here.
Kraft. Here. Fanukin.
Here.
Kernot.
Here.
Stoll.
Here. Let's stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Next up, we have acknowledgement of visitors. For those who are here, welcome. And thank you for attending. The next item is the approval of the agenda. I need a motion and
I
a
move
second.
to approve the agenda.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Kraft. Yes. Fanukin.
Yes.
Lizinski.
Yes.
Kernot.
Yes.
Stoll.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Next item up is hearing of the public related to agenda items. The public may address the board during periods of the meeting designated for public participation. Each person addressing the board shall give his, her name and address. If several people wish to speak, each person is allowed 3 minutes until the total time is used. During that period, no person may speak more than twice until all those who desire to speak have had the opportunity to do so. The period of public participation may be extended by a vote of the majority of the board present and voting. Do you have anyone from the public who would like to speak? Okay, thank you. Next up is election of officers. The first thing up, item A, is nomination and election of our officer board president. And I would like to nominate Joe Kraft as president.
Second.
Any other nominations or considerations? So we've got Joe Kraft for our nominee. Any discussion? Next up is the
So we
vote.
need to, yep, we need to vote on that. Yep.
Need to vote on that?
All right. So for the nomination of Joe Kraft as president of the Board of Education for calendar year 2022, I will call the roll. Fanukin.
Yes.
Kraft. Yes. Lizinski.
Yes.
Kernot.
Yes.
Stoll.
Yes.
That carries. Congratulations.
Thank you. Congratulations, Joe.
Thank you, everyone. We will swear you in at this time, if that's okay. Sure. We'll probably go behind Dr. Goggin if over in that area. If that's okay. I'll switch. All right. I, Joseph Kraft,
I, Joseph Kraft,
do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America,
do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America,
the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
and I will faithfully and impartially discharge my duties as president of the school board
and I will faithfully and impartially discharge my duties as president of the
school board
school board
in and for the said Westlake City School District, Westlake, Ohio,
in and for the Westlake City School District in Westlake, Ohio,
to the best of my ability
to the best of my ability,
and in accordance with the laws now in effect
in accordance with the laws now in effect
and hereafter to be enacted
and hereinafter to be enacted
during my continuance in said office
during my continuance in said office
and until my successor is elected and qualified.
and until my successor is elected and qualified.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Okay, next item up is a nomination and election of officer board vice president.
So just being finicky, the meeting
Do we
moves
switch?
over to
Yeah.
Mr. Kraft.
Okay,
have the gavel?
yes, you may.
Thank you, thank you.
You don't want to change the seats?
I'm good. I'm good right here. Dr. Stoll, if you're good, then. Again, if I can take a quick opportunity to say thank you, Dr. Stoll, for your leadership in the last year. Thank you to all the board. I'm humbled and excited for the opportunity to serve our students, our citizens, and the staff and volunteers of Westlake City Schools. At this time, are there nominations for the Board of Education Vice President?
I would like to nominate Liz Burnett.
Second.
Are there any other nominations? Is there a motion to approve Liz Burnett as the Board Vice President?
So move.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call.
To vote on the first nominee of Liz Pernot as the position of Vice President of the Board of Education for calendar year 2022. Fanukin,
Yes.
Kraft,
Yes.
Lizinski,
Yes.
Pernot,
Yes.
Stoll.
Yes.
Motion carries. We do the swearing in of the Vice President.
I guess.
No, absolutely.
Over there. Raise your right hand. I, Liz Pernot, do solemnly swear
I, Liz Granat, do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America,
the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
and I will faithfully and impartially discharge my duties as Vice President
and I will faithfully and impartially discharge my duties of Vice President
of the School Board in and for the said Westlake City School District, Westlake, Ohio,
of the School Board in and for said Westlake, Ohio.
Westlake City School District,
Westlake
Westlake,
City School District, Westlake, Ohio,
to the best of my ability
to the best of my ability,
and in accordance with the laws now in effect
in accordance with the laws now in effect,
and hereafter to be enacted
and hereafter to be enacted
during my continuance in said office
during my continuance in said office,
and until my successor is elected and qualified.
until my successor is elected and qualified.
Congratulations.
Is there a motion to approve the resolution to authorize the CFO, our treasurer, to file Form 904 to certify the members of the Board of Education?
So move.
Second.
Discussion. Has everyone taken a look at addresses? I believe that those are all correct. Any changes need to be made? Further discussion?
If you just double check your addresses and your term, we are required to file this to the County Board of Elections by the 20th of the month. So if there's anything that needs to be changed, let me know. If not, I'm good.
Okay, roll call.
Stoll,
Yes.
Pernot,
Yes.
Fanukin,
Yes.
Kraft,
Yes.
Lizinski.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Moving on to board organizational matters, 3A, the resolution to adopt board meeting calendar for 2022. I think you know that as in the past, Mr. Hopkins, our treasurer, has established a calendar for the year. We all have copies of that. That is subject to change. Is there a motion to approve 3A?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion?
Looks good. I know the locations we can change. And I don't know if we can go back to starting to rotate into the buildings with live streaming. It'd be nice as things with COVID start to improve.
Yeah, as
It'd be
things
nice to-
improve, that'd be a
It'd be
great
nice
call.
to be able to get back in the buildings a little bit.
Further discussion? Roll call?
Lizinski,
Yes.
Stoll,
Yes.
Fanukin,
Yes.
Kraft,
Yes.
Pernot.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Board organizational matters, 3B, the resolution to establish board service fund. This is the fund that is set aside each year for the general fund. It is set up as a service fund. And That amount at this time is 4,000 for dollars that the Board of Education may incur from time to time. Is there a motion to approve 3B?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call?
Kurnat,
Yes.
Lizinski,
Yes.
Fanukin,
Yes.
Kraft,
Yes.
Stoll.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Moving on to 3C, the resolution to appoint board members as the OSBA delegate, the legislative liaison, and also the student achievement liaison. Are there members of the board that have an interest in said positions?
I will volunteer to continue in that role.
In all of those roles?
The delegate, he was interested.
The delegate, okay.
Yeah, I'll be alternate. And I'm happy to continue as legislative liaison.
Thank you. There's someone that has an interest in an alternate.
I'll be the alternate.
Thank you. And student achievement? Anyone? I would be happy to continue as student achievement liaison. Is there a motion to approve said members in said positions? Is there a motion to approve them?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call?
Kurnat,
Yes.
Lizinski,
Yes.
Fanukin,
Yes.
Kraft,
Yes.
Stoll.
Yes.
Motion carries.
3D is the resolution to appoint board members to policy subcommittees.
I'd be glad to continue in that.
Okay,
Same. I don't mind continuing also.
okay, so for policy, Mrs. Lizinski and Ms. Pranat. Is there a motion to approve 3D?
So move.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call?
Fanukin,
Yes.
Lizinski,
Yes.
Kraft,
Yes.
Kurnat,
Yes.
Stoll.
Yes.
Motion carries.
3E is the resolution to appoint board members to the Finance and Audit Committee. Are there members of the board that have an interest in the Finance and Audit Subcommittee?
I'd be willing to continue on in that role.
I would love that as well, as long as there's not a burning desire of any other board member to do so.
Thinks it sounds like you two want to do it
We
again.
would love to, yeah, we do enjoy it. Is there anyone else that, if there's no one else, is there a motion to approve 3E?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion?
It's all yours. You
Thanks.
guys do a good job.
Roll call?
Lizinski,
Yes.
Fanukin,
Yes.
Kraft,
Yes.
Kurnat,
Yes.
Stoll.
Yes.
Motion carries.
3F is a resolution to appoint board members to curriculum subcommittee. Are there members of the board that have an interest in curriculum subcommittee?
Yes, I'd like to continue with that.
Same.
We have fun on our field trips.
I'm excited about the Lakewood.
Yes,
Super.
When is that rescheduled yet?
Yes.
We have a date in
March 29th.
Oh, wow. Okay, that late.
Is that the text? Okay, awesome. Is there a motion to approve Mrs. Lizinski and Ms. Kernat in 3F?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call?
Stoll,
Yes.
Fanukin,
Yes.
Kraft,
Yes.
Lizinski,
Yes.
Kurnat.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Moving on to 3G, the resolution to appoint board members to Community Outreach Committee. Are there members of the board that have an interest in Community Outreach Subcommittee?
I'd be happy to serve on that.
I do enjoy that. I would like to do that again as well. The board approves. Anyone else? Is there a motion to approve 3G, the resolution to appoint board members to Community Outreach Subcommittee?
So move.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call?
Fanukin,
Yes.
Lizinski,
Yes.
Kraft,
Yes.
Here not,
Yes.
Stoll.
Yes.
Motion carries.
3H is the resolution to appoint board member to the Tax Incentive Review Council. I know Mr. Fanuka expressed an interest in this.
I'd be happy to continue on in that role.
Anyone else? Is there a motion to approve Mr. Fanukin for the Tax Incentive Review Council?
So moved.
Second,
Discussion?
did you have a meeting this year?
We did not.
Okay,
What was that?
We did not have a meeting.
No meeting.
Further discussion? Roll call?
Here not,
Yes.
Lizinski,
yes,
Fanukin,
Yes.
Kraft,
Yes.
Stoll.
Yes.
Motion carries.
3I is the resolution to designate official newspapers of publication for notices required by law. Those two newspapers include Sun News or the West Shore Sun, as well as Westlake. Other newspapers and any other board members suggesting? There a motion to approve 3I.
So move.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call?
Stoll,
Yes.
Fanukin,
Yes.
Kraft,
Yes.
Lizinski,
yes,
here not.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Moving on to other organizational matters, 4A is the resolution to authorize our treasurer to secure advances from auditor for funds lawfully due to school district.
So moved.
Thank you.
second,
Discussion. Roll call?
Here not,
Yes.
Lizinski,
yes,
Kraft,
Yes.
Fanukin,
Yes.
Stoll.
Yes.
Motion carries.
4B is the resolution to authorize transfer of funds. Is there a motion to approve 4B?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Roll call?
Fanukin,
Yes.
Stoll,
Yes.
Kraft,
Yes.
Lizinski,
yes,
here not.
Yes.
Motion carries.
4C is the resolution to approve standing authorizations. Of course, we are placing the responsibility for financial management of the district to our treasurer and also our superintendent. And we're of course mindful of obligation to our citizens and our taxpayers of the city of Westlake. We ask them to exercise their sound fiscal practices as they always have and we've witnessed. And we do know that those practices include the ideal of efficiency and the continuous effort to maximize the value of all resources for education and all of our students. And in order to meet the obligation of the community to achieve efficiency and maximize the returns of its resources, the treasurer and the superintendent must be able to make certain decisions in a timely and forthright manner with the constraints of applicable statutes and board policy. Some of those are listed here. Is there a motion to approve 4C?
so moved,
Second.
Discussion? Roll call?
Lizinski,
yes,
Fanukin,
Yes.
Kraft,
Yes.
here not,
Yes.
Stoll.
Yes.
Motion carries.
4D is the resolution to attend seminars and conferences. We have very, very capable superintendent as well as treasurer. And with that, they will attend seminars and conferences to always be at their best. And this helps them do that. Is there a motion to approve 4D?
So move.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call?
Stoll,
Yes.
Fanukin,
Yes.
Kraft,
Yes.
Lizinski,
yes,
here not.
Yes.
Motion carries.
4E is the resolution to approve school attorneys. We have a list of those attorneys. Many of those attorneys we have used. Some of those are attorneys that we like to be mindful of and to have as we need. Is there a motion to approve 4E?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call?
Here not,
Yes.
Fanukin,
Yes.
Kraft,
Yes.
Lizinski,
yes,
Stoll.
Yes.
Motion carries.
4F is the resolution to approve the Board of Education memberships. Those Board of Education memberships include the Ohio School Boards Association, the OSBA Legal Assistance Fund, the Greater Cleveland School Superintendents Association, the Alliance for High Quality Education, and the West Shore Chamber of Commerce. Is there a motion to approve 4F?
So moved.
Second,
Discussion? Roll call?
Fanukin,
Yes.
Lizinski,
yes.
Kraft,
Yes.
Kurnat,
Yes.
Stoll.
Yes.
Motion carries.
4G is the resolution to appoint purchasing agent authority. The superintendent, of course, is our chief executive officer. And he, along with a designee, the director of business, Dave Kosovar, this allows that business to happen. Is there a motion to approve 4G?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call?
Lizinski,
Yes.
Fanukin,
Yes.
Kraft,
Yes.
Kurnat,
Yes.
Stoll.
Yes.
Motion carries.
4H is the resolution to appoint prevailing wage coordinator, asbestos coordinator, the Americans with Disability Act compliance officer, safety coordinator, and also records retention officer. This, of course, allows Dr. Goggin to appoint designees or act on his own. Is there a motion to approve 4F?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call?
I have one quick question.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of a dumb question, but with our buildings, do we still have asbestos management? Is that something that's?
We're still required by law to have a asbestos management plan. While we have limited asbestos now in our buildings, there can still be some inside of boilers or things of that nature. So it's very, very limited, but we're still required by law to have it.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for your question. Further discussion? Roll call?
Stoll,
Yes.
Fanukin,
Yes.
Kraft,
Yes.
Lizinski,
Yes.
Kurnat.
Yes.
Motion carries.
4I is the resolution to appoint Title IX hearing officer, non-discrimination hearing officer, sexual harassment hearing officer, suspension hearing officer, and expulsion hearing officer. Is there a motion to approve 4I?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call?
Fanukin,
Yes.
Kurnat,
Yes.
Kraft,
Yes.
Lizinski,
Yes.
Stoll.
Yes.
Motion carries.
4J is the resolution to reaffirm our mission statement, our vision statement of Westlake City Schools. Of course, our mission statement is we educate for excellence, empowering all students to achieve their educational goals, to direct their lives, and to contribute to society. And our vision being the Westlake City School District will provide a dynamic, student-centered 21st century learning environment. Our district will be characterized by high achievement, actively engaged learners, mutual respect, shared knowledge, pursuit of new skills and capabilities, collaborative learning, willingness to take action, a team commitment to data-driven continuous improvement and tangible results. Is there a motion to approve 4J, the resolution to reaffirm the vision statement and mission statement of the Westlake City Schools?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call?
Lizinski,
Yes.
Kurnat,
Yes.
Fanukin,
Yes.
Kraft,
Yes.
Stoll.
Yes.
Motion carries.
4K is the resolution to reaffirm the Board of Education belief statements. And it's been our tradition to read these aloud as a board. And if I may ask Ms. Pernat to read number 1, and we'll just carry throughout the board.
Good. Leadership in education is not about our district being number 1. It is about striving to make our students number 1. We must develop their skills. We must harness our resources from the outside as well as inside. We must employ the best and the brightest and focus on taking care of students. The rest flows from that point forward.
We believe that the Westlake City School District is a superior performing student-focused district.
Our primary responsibility is to ensure that every student is challenged to excel and to achieve one's maximum potential.
You,
The support of the community is critical to our district's success and will be earned through effective, open, and honest communication and demonstrated results.
we have an obligation to preserve the community's assets and to provide a safe, well-maintained environment for learning.
Administration, staff, and the board are partners in the entire educational process for our students and are responsible for removing those barriers which could impact upon the achievement of our students.
The administration, staff, and board have a responsibility to work collaboratively in a climate of mutual respect, focusing on student achievement.
Extracurricular and co-curricular programs and activities are an integral part of the education process and can significantly contribute positively to the character of our students while bringing significant recognition, pride, and support from the community.
Is there a motion to approve 4K, the resolution to reaffirm Board of Education belief statements?
So moved.
Second,
Discussion. Roll call?
Stoll,
Yes.
Kurnat,
yes,
Fanukin,
Yes.
Kraft,
Yes.
Lizinski.
Yes,
Motion carries.
4L is the resolution to reaffirm the framework for board operations, and it's also been our tradition to read these aloud as well. If I may start. This board's first and foremost responsibility is to be the trustee for the education of our students within the financial parameters determined by our taxpayers.
This board delegates the responsibility of the daily management of the district to the superintendent and the CFO/treasurer in accordance with the Ohio Revised Code.
This board, the superintendent, and the CFO treasurer will work together as a team for the betterment of the students, district, and entire community.
this board is a single unit with 5 contributing members.
The strength of this board is in the diversity of its members.
Members of this board vote individually, but act as one as determined by the majority of the board, including providing support for the decisions made.
the president of the board acts as a spokesperson for this board.
Members of this board must realize that we cannot be all things to all people.
This board believes that all people should be treated with dignity and respect.
Is there a motion to approve 4L, the resolution to reaffirm the framework for board operations?
So moved. Second,
Discussion. As I think about this and I read these, I know we're all, we are not going to be on the board forever. And as we think about those, I'm very proud of this board. I enjoy working with this board. I enjoy working with our superintendent as well as our treasurer. And just to think about when we are not here any longer, in the next year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, who might we reach out to continue, again, what we just read, and a board that works well together. We may not always agree, but a board that works well together. Further discussion? Roll call?
Fanukin,
Yes.
Lizinski,
yes,
Kraft,
Yes.
Kurnat,
Yes,
Stoll.
Yes.
Motion carries.
4M is the resolution to reaffirm board superintendent, CFO, treasurer essential agreements. The Board of Education, the superintendent, and the CFO treasurer of the Westlake City Schools team have collaboratively developed these essential agreements to guide their work, because an academically excellent and fiscally responsible school district is important to the community of Westlake. We agree that the team should be focused on supporting the community's interests as identified in the continuous improvement plan, in combination with being fiscally responsible to the community as a whole. Is there a motion to approve 4M?
so moved.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call?
Kurnat,
Yes,
Stoll,
Yes.
Fanukin,
Yes.
Kraft,
Yes.
Lizinski.
yes,
Motion carries.
Is there a motion to approve 4N, the resolution to appoint representative for Board of Education Public Records Training?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call?
Fanukin,
Yes.
Stoll,
Yes.
Kraft,
Yes.
Lizinski,
yes,
here not,
Yes,
motion carries.
4O is the bond of Board of Education members, the Superintendent of Schools, and the Director of Business Affairs. All individuals by these present that we, the Westlake City Schools Board of Education, as principal and individual board members, Superintendent of Schools, and Director of Business Affairs as sureties are held and firmly bound to the state of Ohio in the penal sum of $20,000 each, to the payment of which well and truly be made. We jointly and severally bind ourselves and our successors, heirs, executors, and administrators firmly by these present. The said individual board members, the superintendent, the district, the director of business affairs shall faithfully, diligently, and impartially perform their duties as said board of education members, superintendent of schools, and director of business affairs according to law. Then this obligation shall be void and to no effect, otherwise to be and remain in full force. Is there a motion to approve 4O?
so moved.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call?
Here not,
Yes,
Fanukin,
Yes.
Kraft,
Yes.
Lizinski,
yes,
Stoll,
Yes.
motion carries.
4P is the resolution to approve liability insurance amount. That amount is 5 million each, right? And 7 million in aggregate.
That's correct.
Okay. Is there a motion to approve 4P?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion?
okay, $5 million per person, is that what they're saying?
No, per claim.
Oh, okay,
And so 5 million each claim, a total of $7 million. So you would be capped out. If you maxed one claim, you'd be capped on your second claim at that $2 million.
okay.
The total is 7 million.
Other questions? Or comments? Roll call?
Stoll,
Yes.
Fanukin,
Yes.
Kraft,
Yes.
Lizinski,
Yes,
here not,
yes,
motion carries.
We do still have a need for cash. 4Q is the resolution to approve the petty cash fund. Is there a motion to approve 4Q?
Moved.
second,
Discussion? Roll call?
Fanukin,
Yes.
here not,
yes,
Kraft,
Yes.
Lizinski,
yes,
Stoll,
Yes.
motion carries.
Am I forgetting anything?
Change funds.
What's that?
We have
Our
Aye.
district resolution to approve change funds.
I am forgetting something. That's why I always rely on my board. 4R, of course, is the resolution to approve change funds. Is there a motion to approve 4R?
So moved.
second,
Discussion. Roll call?
Stoll,
Yes.
here not,
yes,
Fanukin,
Yes.
Kraft,
Yeah.
Lizinski,
yes.
motion carries.
Anything else I'm leaving out?
adjournment,
Adjourn.
Right. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion?
So while we are going to adjourn the organizational meeting.
Right.
We do have a special meeting to begin immediately afterwards. So if the board chooses to adjourn here, in a couple minutes, we'll get everything set back up with YouTube and we'll then open up the next meeting.
Will do.
I'm sorry, I had Mr. Fanukin as a moved, was it Dr. Solis second?
Right.
Yes.
Discussion? Roll call?
To adjourn the organizational meeting at 6:35 PM. Fanukin,
Yes.
Stoll,
Yes.
Kraft,
Yes.
Lizinski,
Yes.
here not,
yes.
motion carries. Give me a minute here to show off YouTube.
And if you're doing this for class,
Do you need to say-
you don't have to stay for 2 meetings.